Good evening, lads. It is December of Discipline the 6th, and you cannot see me because, well, now you can see me because I've got turn signals in my face. But that is just, that's just where I'm at in the day right now. I've been busy knocking stuff out. I swear, the most productive few days that I have probably ever had. So, remember now, December Discipline the 1st, December 1st was writing down goals. December 2nd was confronting whatever it was, that thing in your mind, in your life, or whatever that you haven't been confronting, that you've just kind of swept under the rug or whatever. The 3rd, Sunday, something that I already kind of do from time to time. Basically was just spend an hour alone, free of distractions. Just think, pray, meditate, whatever it is that you do. Read, even. For me, I just woke up before everybody else, went out to the park, enjoyed the sunrise, and just did that for an hour. No phone or anything like that. Just free of distractions and just do like that. That's a good thing to do. I definitely recommend doing that if that is not something that you do already. Just every once in a while, take some time, just be somewhere by yourself, alone. And the 4th, what was the 4th? I'm catching up on a lot of different days now. We'll come back to it. The 4th was it Time and Dime Vampires? And yes, Hunter is a genius for coming up with that. But anyway, whatever this, for me, Time Vampires was the bigger one. Dime Vampires, in other words, the little purchases, the coffee in the morning, that soda, that candy bar, whatever it is. Not a super big deal for me. I've had that pretty much dialed in for a long time now, and I had to because I quit my job, and I'm running on saved funds for the most part right now, making some money here and there, but not a whole lot yet. And getting that squared away has been it's difficult over time, but I've had it pretty much taken care of for a while now. Time Vampires anyway, most of us, probably social media is going to be in there. And for me, the biggest thing though was just watching stupid YouTube videos all the time. No joke, I ate up, even recently, hours watching like police body cam videos or dash cam videos and stuff like that, meme videos and things of that nature. Just a ton of time, and it wasn't really getting a whole lot of stuff done. Got that taken care of, and what a difference. That combined with setting the goals and setting those actions to take to move towards those goals, and then getting rid of those distractions, huge productivity increase. And you would think that it would be like, oh, I'm less happy throughout the day because I'm just working all the time. It's not that way at all for me. I'm happier not only at the end of the day because I got so much stuff done, but during the day, just the act of getting stuff done, that in itself is pretty joyous to me. But I'm weird like that. I'm not like workaholic. It does take me a good bit of effort to get rolling and to stay rolling and not get distracted. It doesn't come supernatural for me at all, really. Which explains the first, chunk of my life. But in any case, even so, doing it makes me a lot happier. And of course, at the end of the day, you're a lot more satisfied too. I'm a lot more satisfied. Way more so than when I was playing video games or just watching YouTube videos or whatever it is, or just messing around on social media. doing stuff but not doing anything, you know? And then we had day 5. Crap, what was day 5? Man, so what happens when you're busy and you've got stuff going on, okay? I've already forgotten what day 5 was about. Right. Writing your death letter. That's it. I'm sorry, bear with me here. There's a lot to go over. It'd be easier if I was doing just a video every single day, but I haven't allocated time for that, so that hasn't been getting done. Anyway, day 5, writing yourself a death letter. In other words, writing yourself a letter. Basically, you're dead. What do you regret? What are you wishing that you had done more of? And were your excuses, were they valid? And that was, it was heavy. That's, it was heavy. I can tell you that. I don't get, typically, I'm aware of the fact that I'm mortal and that I'm going to die someday. But as far as just taking the time to really make that real to yourself, I don't get there very often. And it was, that was a lot more of a challenge for me than the previous 2 days. Than, the Sunday, taking an hour alone, and the previous one, Time and Dime Vampires. And I do think that that's a freaking clever name. I like that. I'm going to keep saying it as much as I feel like. But day 5 just came right back at it. Back to the, much heavier stuff. And, it was, I know I'm being super vague here. I'm not really giving a lot of details or anything because, that was a letter to myself. But it's heavy, and I recommend really the whole program, but that was, that's something that is good to do, and I'm glad I did it. Apart from that, today was day 6. Day 6 was a little more, you could call it mundane just because it's not so, deep and psychological and everything, but it's really not that mundane. And it was as far as, hygiene, appearance, and stuff like that. And I've gotten better about, all that kind of stuff over the last several years. I've actually cut my nails now, and I've started cutting my own hair, which I do a better job now, after a little bit of practice, than than the barbers were doing. And, I try to keep the beard fairly neat nowadays. That used to be an issue. But if you go back in my other videos in the past, you can see how that got a little out of control from time to time. And, the hair, good. Hunter talked about dealing with body hair and stuff like that, which I've never done before. Talked about, just a bunch of stuff. Really covered a lot of ground in there. And as far as clothing and things like that, all my clothes fit pretty well, besides my, clothes that I wear under a car. Those, a little bit looser and baggier, just dirty, whatever. But that's not where I'm in a position where people are looking at me or anything. So it's a little bit different. But, wardrobe-wise, I'm about as good as I am going to get right now because I have not budgeted for anything like that. But I'm in a good spot. Everything fits. Everything looks halfway decent. I don't have the stupid t-shirts like I used to have. Like, you could rewind, 7 years. There's a picture of me wearing a t-shirt. It says, "Those who think they know everything annoy those of us who do." Just stupid stuff like that. I've got band t-shirts and stuff like that, which you all have seen before. But they're, it's nothing stupid, Get rid of the stupid stuff. Get rid of the stuff that's too baggy, that doesn't really fit you. All that. you know, I'm pretty much already down with that. And there is room for improvement, for sure. I'm not a super well, you know, really well-dressed dude, and I never have been. But like I said, I haven't budgeted for wardrobe overhaul right now. That's not a priority, considering I do look very presentable and I've got that, you know, pretty well set up right now. As far as, you know, hair and stuff like that, Hunter made, or it wasn't even Hunter who originally said it, but I heard it from him because he heard it from somebody else. He said, really good piece of advice is never look like you need a haircut and never look like you just got a haircut. And I'm on my way there. I'm trying to cut my hair more frequently, keep it more consistent and everything. And I think that that's a really good standard to have. And I think that probably a lot of dudes could seriously improve their appearance and just the impression that they give if they tried to follow a little bit closer to that rule. So, you know, good stuff there. Good stuff all around today. You know, really good to take that kind of inventory and see what kind of impression you're making, because that is important. You know, how you present yourself is important. And I don't talk about that kind of stuff a whole lot because I'm not an expert in that area. I don't really, you know, most of it isn't something that I feel super strongly about or that I have really strong opinions on, except in, you know, extreme cases. But it is important. It's important. So that is it. Days 3, 4, 5, and 6. That is a mess trying to do 4 days all at once. But anyway, there it is. There you have it. That's been my 4 days there. And that's it. So I'll try to be a little bit more consistent about these. But that's all I have to say about that, for real. Y'all have a good day. God bless you guys. Take it easy, but not too easy. I will talk to you later.